Masterverse Revelation Hero. So let's check them out. Okay, so this is Hero, the way he appeared in in the Master Universe Revelation. It was on Netflix, and now Hero was a character that was supposed to come out in the Vintage line and the Powers of Grayskull line, but that line ended up getting canceled. So he was never actually released back then. But in these collector lines, he's had plenty of action figures. So I'll get into a bit more in the history on that. We go over the sculpt design and color and everything. But first things first, let's take a look at his packaging. So Hero comes in the standard Masterverse packaging that all other Masterverse figures come in. Or the Revelation ones. The Revolution ones are a little bit different. I don't have any of those yet, but and see it's got Netflix there at the top, original series, 40th anniversary. Master Universe Revelation, Hero there at the bottom, Mattel logo. Not a whole lot there at the bottom of that. It says Masterverse there on the top. You got 30 points articulation there at the top there. On the back you have a really cool portrait of Hero there with his staff that opens. I'll get into that a little bit later. So I got a bio. If you want to read that, you can go ahead and pause it. There's some other figures that are available, which I don't have any of those. Except Hero. No, Sunman was actually a completely different line in the 80s, but they've kind of been absorbed into Master Universe, which is kind of neat. They were very similar figures, so they were pretty compatible with each other back then. So that kind of makes sense why they would absorb them into Master Universe. But a lot of those original Sunman figures are actually hard to find now, but that's why I don't have none myself. But so I'll probably get some of these others and do reviews on them too when I can. And for some reason, I don't know if it's every package, it may just be mine, but for some reason my packaging for Hero smells really perfumey. I don't know why that is, but it's got a really perfumey smell to it. I don't know if it's supposed to be that way, or if it's just something about mine. But so that's pretty much it for the packaging. The only accessory that Hero comes with is his staff here, which is something the vintage figure came with. And you see, it's all gold plastic. There's no paint details on this whatsoever. But like the vintage one, this can open to reveal the green jewel inside, which the classic version actually had different color gems in it. They had, if there was green, red, there was maybe a yellow or a purple one. I can't remember, but because I don't have that one. But this one, I think all these are green in the Masterverse one, which is pretty cool. It's got some kind of got octagon like details on everything. It's like a lot green, as you can see. There's some holes there in the top, where the thing plays together. But which I can't remember exactly what the purpose of the staff is and why he has it. But still, it's pretty cool stuff though. He can hold on to this. You can display them with it open or closed. I usually display when they close because with it open like this, it's really wide and it takes a lot of room up. And so you can get him to hold this staff, which looks really cool. Like I said, it does look cool open, but it's really wide like that. It's clunky, so that's why you display with it closed. So let's quickly go over Hero's articulation. He's got he's got the standard articulation for Masterverse figures. He's got a ball joint there at the head. He's got a hinge and a swivel there at the shoulder. A double hinge there at the elbow. A hinge and a swivel there at the wrist. He's got pretty good ab and waist articulation there. He's got a swivel and an ab crunch. Or I think it's like a ball joint there at the abs, but he's got a hinge there and a cut joint at his thigh. He's got a double hinge there at the knee. He's got some articulation at the boot there. He's also got a hinge and an ankle pivot there. Let's go with sculpt design and color of Hero, starting with his head. But he obviously has a unique head since he is a different character. He's got brown hair with brown eyeballs. He's got blue eyes there. As you can see, he's got a gold headband around his head there with a red jewel there in the middle, which is a trademark for Hero. You can see, it's also got the detail where the headband goes around the back of his hair there, so that's pretty neat. They sculpted that in. And he's kind of got long brown hair. I mean, it kind of stops at his neck there. It doesn't really go past his shoulders or nothing. But as you can see, Hero's got on, his outfit is quite different than He-Man's. He's got golden armor right there, as you can see, kind of like Battle Damage He-Man, except Battle Damage He-Man had silver armor. This one is gold. He's also got a blue jewel there at the top there, and also the H for Hero. Because in Revelation, Hero was supposed to be a champion himself at one time, and he's got the clasp for his cape there. It's kind of got like a leather strap detail there on the shoulder, which is kind of cool. It's got silver buckles. It's also got the cape. The cape must kind of curl up around the edges there, but it's got a red, cloth goods cape, which is pretty cool. I often think of He-Man with a red cape, probably because the 87 live action movie of Dolph Lundgren wore red cape is He-Man, so that's why I often think of He-Man wearing a red cape. But as you can see, his armor piece doesn't go all the way down his waist there. It's actually goes down to about here, as you can see, in the armor. His chest is actually colored gold underneath there. If you look underneath there, it is all gold. Which, same chest as He-Man and everything. Which, I guess them painting it gold is the good reason about that, because it blends up the armor, so that makes a lot of sense. The same arms as He-Man, not nothing different. Same gripping hands and everything. He does have different gauntlets, though, as you can see. But his gauntlets look pretty cool. So they're silver. You have the blue accent there in the middle. He's also got brown leather straps holding onto his arms, so that's pretty cool. His loincloth is actually completely different than other uh, He-Man figures in this line. Most of them have the same loincloth piece, but this one's actually got a completely different piece. That's actually pretty cool. It's blue. It's got red details there in the side. It's got like a silver thing there in the middle. It's more like a armor piece than a loincloth. So that's actually pretty cool. You go to the back there. The belt goes around the back with the blue details around the back as well. It's kind of the blue. It's kind of got like a leather detail in it too there, which is actually kind of neat. He's also got the same legs as He-Man, obviously, but he's also got completely different boots. So you see, he's got mostly gold boots with with blue trim there on the top. Which these boots do look kind of cool. They're very unique to this figure. I don't think any other figure used them yet. And got peg holes there at the bottom, nothing else. So for comparison time, here is Hero compared to the Revelation He-Man figure. Which there's a lot of reused parts here, but still they gave him some unique parts, which kind of makes a difference. So that's pretty cool. So here he is compared to King Grayskull, which King Grayskull is made up of entirely reused parts from He-Man, and Hero, like I said, has got some unique pieces, so that makes him more unique, like I said. Now, I forgot to mention earlier that originally Hero was supposed to be the ancestor of He-Man that had the Battle of Grayskull first, which then King Grayskull kind of took that place in 2000X. So I thought that was pretty neat there. So which one do I prefer? It really doesn't matter. I mean, I like them both. Really, they both have their place. And anyways, I like King Grayskull too. I think a little bit better, but like I said, I like them both. So what do I think of this figure overall? I like this figure. Like I said, it's kind of a kit bash. It's got some reused parts, but it's got some some new unique parts that make him stand out from other He-Man figures. Like most of these Masterverse figures use the same boot sculpt and same loincloth piece as He-Man, like King Grayskull obviously does. But this figure's got different boots, a different loincloth piece, stuff that different wrist bracers. Makes him a little more unique than the other figures in this line. So you want to see some more Masterverse reviews, give me a thumbs up. That help me a lot, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Till next time.